Hi, this is Shoshanah Shear of BeAHappyMom.com, and in today's video I wanted to pick up on a topic that I'd mentioned some months ago that I wanted to try and do as a regular video, and that is to help to improve our relationships and to improve our social interaction, our communication, by breaking a problematic habit. The habit is that of gossiping. Actually, in Judaism, you might hear from time to time that I'll mention the word Lashon Hara. Lashon Hara is negative or evil, problematic speech. And one of the biggest groupings, there's a number of categories within negative speech. And one of the biggest groupings is, or category, is gossiping. A friend of mine, Bob Burg, together with Rebbitzin Lori Palatnik, has written this lovely book, and I have permission from Bob Burg to be able to use it as the basis for giving over a number of videos, a number of short thoughts to help gaining some grasp, some ideas as to what the problems are with gossiping and how we can break this habit. So in today's video, we're really just going to be doing a little bit of an introduction, a little bit of an insight as to what this problem is. Why is it a problem? If we think about it, it's quite easy to get into the habit, and it is a habit, of talking about other people. It's easy when you're meeting somebody or you're going about your day-to-day work to say, did you see that person? Did you see what they were wearing? Did you see where they went? There's so many ideas we can come up with as to speaking about other people. And in today's video, I want to share one thought about the problem of gossiping and our time. We'll get to that in a minute or two. Before we do so, I'd like to just read for you the few sentences that Bob has in the beginning of his foreword to this book. And Bob's written it in a very specific format, which we're going to discuss in a minute. So it starts off with Bob saying, "Hi, I'm Bob, and I'm a gossip. I like to gossip." So the group that he's speaking to says, "Hi, Bob." Bob responds, "Not only do I like to speak gossip, I like to listen to it as well." The group all nods their heads in agreement and in understanding, and Bob continues, "In fact, not only do I like to speak gossip and listen to it, but I approve of it and I encourage others to do the same. Yes, I'm a gossip." And then at this point, the group has a loud round of acknowledgement, of applause. Everybody's in agreement with Bob. Of course, the structure and the format that Bob has used, as he mentions underneath, is the format of Alcoholics Anonymous. Alcoholics Anonymous, if you're familiar with these groups, is specifically a group set up to help to break an unhealthy addiction in that case of alcohol. In this case, Bob is referring to the addiction as being that of gossiping, of speaking about other people. And really it is a habit that's an addiction. It's almost as though you can't stop yourself. It's so easy to fall into criticizing, commenting, talking about, analyzing whoever it is that comes to mind or that you see, or you might have noticed something on social networking, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Twitter, wherever it is that you've noticed it, and it's very easy to get into talking about others. Let's think for a minute what it is that gossiping does. Gossiping is in discussing and pulling apart, analyzing what it is that you're noticing about the other person. In gossiping about somebody else, you really are putting them down, aren't you? It's a way of almost building up the person who's speaking and bringing down the person that you're speaking about. But we're not just bringing down the person that you're speaking about. In fact, we're bringing down the people who speak, the person who's speaking and the person who's listening. So it's three people who get affected at the time that any gossip takes place. It can be very damaging on very many levels. And the message that I want to bring out today, before we get into more details from this book itself, is a thought from the work that I've done from 29 years of being a therapist, And that is to say, think about just your usage of time. Really, we have only 24 hours in the day. Every hour has 60 minutes. Every minute has 60 seconds. How are you going to be using your time? If you're meeting a friend who happens to be an expert, let's say, for example, in diets, and you happen to be starting to think about, I would like to improve my diet. Working on my diet would help for me to improve my energy, to be able to regain my health, to improve my health and wellness. And you come in contact with this person, and instead of being able to spend some productive quality few minutes that you have with her, gaining some ideas as to how to begin your journey to improve your diet, instead you waste that time in speaking about somebody else. So just from a very practical point of view, if you're going to be speaking about a person in a negative way, in a format of gossip, instead of interacting and discussing those kinds of conversations that could help to build you up, to help to move you towards your goals and the direction that's promoting and nurturing, helping you towards your life goals in your journey of life, are your conversations helping you, or are they detracting? Are they wasting time? Are they taking you on a detour that could be a lengthy detour and perhaps even take you on a downward slide, a downward spiral? So we want to prevent problems from taking place. And I invite you to come and join me in learning a little bit more about this difficult habit. It is a habit. It's one that can be broken. I invite you to join me to learn more about this problematic habit and see what we can do to be able to improve our own communication, how we're spending our time, what we're talking about, whether it's at meal times, whether it's when you bump into a friend, and perhaps even what it is that you share on social networking. So join me in another video. I'm not sure yet if I can do it as often as I'd like to. I'd like to try to get it to do it once a week. I have ideas of other videos. So join me, Shoshanah Shear from beahappymom.com. And if you'd like to support these videos, you can take a look at our online store on creationsfromjerusalem.com, where we have a number of products, and see if you like any of the products. We're happy to take commissions and orders. And the sales of our products help us towards producing more of these videos and also some other acts of loving kindness that we're involved in. So if you'd like to hear more about that, do be in touch, and hope to see you in the next video. Ciao for now, and have a very blessed week.